Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so potential buyers have more information about the seller and the business to help them make a buying decision. Before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of the business. So it is an Amazon FBA and e-commerce business created in December 2015 in the sports and health and fitness niches. The average monthly revenue for the business is $1,108,788 and makes an average of $252,562 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, the assets included in the sale are the Amazon Seller Central account with over 760 SKUs, the Shopify store with a branded domain, 5 trademarks, an employee contracts and relationships, supplier contracts and relationships, 2 Instagram accounts, and it is worth noting that inventory is not normally included in the list price, and that buyers should have an active VAT number in all UK, EU countries where the business has inventory stored before the transfer can finalize. It is highly recommended to get the VAT registration process as soon as possible. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 56827 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So that's a brief overview of the business for sale. Let's hear from the seller with me here today. So welcome to the show, Muhammad, and how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's really great to have you on the call here. And with such a large business, I'm really excited to get into your story and a little bit about how you created and started this business. But why don't we start with the first question for you? So can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yes, I started this business back in my college where I found a niche and I just, decided to give it my shot. That was my first time with an online business and, it turned out pretty well.
Wow, that's amazing that you were able to start this while you're still in school. Where did you originally get the idea to start this? Was there another business that you saw and you thought, okay, maybe it's something I can start getting myself into? Or where did the initial idea to start within this niche come from?
I just saw a big shift from brick and mortar to online that was happening. And I saw a lot of potential, but I didn't see a lot of weightlifting, boxing, these kinds of categories. And I do weightlifting, so I'm a sportsy guy. And, because of that, I thought that there is a lot of potential. And that made me curious. I did some research and I thought there is, a lot of potential here that I can exploit.
That's really great to see that you kind of saw that opportunity from an early stage and you were able to go after that within this business model. So that's really great to see that. Now, if the business is doing so great at this time, Muhammad, why is it that you decided you would like to sell it?
I think the business has matured fully. And the objectives I had when I started the business from my perspective have been achieved. Now it's a ripe opportunity for another seller to come in and continue this business with minimal effort. When I started the business, I had to put in a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of rigorous work. But now I think this business is on autopilot. So I want something where I can dedicate more of my time in day-to-day activities and work at the ground level. Whereas in this business, it's just so settled and so good that I don't have that kind of opportunity anymore. So that's why I think, for me, it's the right time to sell this so I can, start something else.
Yeah, that's a really great answer. And also, it's nice that you've already built the foundation for a buyer to ultimately come in and scale the business to its full potential. And it's always great to see that you've put in that extra work for them at the beginning and built something up for them to be able to take and carry on with. Was there anything that you learned while growing this business, or what maybe have you tried with this business that just seemed to really work for you?
One of the things I realized is the importance of patience. Early on, I feel like, in our culture, we want to have a lot of money injected in the early stages of the business. But over time, I realized that actually early on, sometimes if you inject a lot of money in the business, you might artificially boost the revenues. But I think the focus is on organic growth. And that's what I realized, to organically grow, because you can only spend so much on advertising and that's all artificial. So you need some kind of an organic base consumer group that actually enjoys your product. So I realized that patience is very important, and you shouldn't try to boost your business artificially with a lot of ads or other kinds of spending. So patience, I think, proved to be my biggest strength.
Yeah, I really like that. And growing a brand organically is really awesome mention there, and not superficially, as you had mentioned, through PPC ads. And we'll talk a little bit more about, the traffic coming into the business later on. But it's really great to hear that you have that take and that mindset as well, too, to grow that brand organically. Now, on the flip side of that, Muhammad, was there anything that you tried with this business and it just didn't give you the ROI that you were expecting?
Yeah, I think you shouldn't spread yourself too thin. And that's what I realized, to keep the products which are yielding strong streams of revenue, which are highly profitable, only focus on them. Because when the business is growing in the early stage, you are tempted to try new things. But I think, I realized that discipline is very important and not spread yourself too thin.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you 100% on that. Making sure that you're also, being focused on the business, but not spreading yourself too thin is a really great mention. And it kind of lead me, I guess, into my next question that I had for you that I just mentioned as well, too. So where would you say that a majority of your traffic for your business is coming from? So I know you mentioned before that, you wanted to stay away from superficial traffic numbers, such as like with PPC, but where would you say that a majority of your traffic is coming from into your listings?
We have really decent Instagram following for two of our brands, and we have invested 3 to 4 years to slowly build our following on those networks. So some of our brands are basically a community in themselves. People know each other. People like to comment on each other's gear. So that has been very powerful in terms of, giving us a very loyal customer base. And another part of our strength is we have a lot of reviews on Amazon. So we have thousands and thousands of reviews. So that itself generates a lot of traffic. So yeah, that's kind of the main user base we have.
Okay, perfect. Now, what would you say you're doing in other terms of marketing? Would you say that the Instagram accounts are driving a majority of the traffic, or are you doing anything else outside of Instagram or any other channels to gain traffic into the listings?
I think a big chunk of the traffic does come from the product having a lot of reviews, which our products do. And Amazon's algorithm prefer a product which has the lowest price. So no matter what, Amazon will highly prefer in its algorithm rankings a product which are really low price. So we have low prices and we have high number of reviews. So I think that is extremely powerful, because then our products end up, very prominently displayed, which is worth thousands and tens of thousands of dollars of advertising. So we organically are able to be presented in a really high ranking because of low price and a very high number of reviews.
Yeah, I like that. And it's great that you've already built up a solid foundation of reviews as well, too, because I know a lot of buyers are interested in that and making sure that you have high quality reviews, and also the products are also great quality as well. And so that's great that you've already built that foundation as well, too. Now, can you walk us through, as the business stands now, how would you describe the amount of work or maybe some of the typical tasks that you're performing on the business for maintenance, for example?
Right now, the business is very streamlined. I only have to look at the high level logistics. When is the next container coming in? Most of our work is done by virtual assistants. So marketing, PPC, returns, all of these day-to-day tasks are delegated to virtual assistants.
Okay. That's really great to hear that you've already outsourced some of that work, the daily tasks, as you had mentioned as well. But can you describe your process? What is the start to finish process that you go through in order to get the inventory from your suppliers into Amazon?
Yeah. So our products are sent on a container by our supplier. And once they come to the US, they are sent to our 3PL. And then from there, the 3PL sends to Amazon warehouses, which, could be all over the country. And then Amazon takes care of the rest.
Okay. So pretty straightforward. It seems like you've also optimized your logistics as well, too, where it's going into a 3PL and then also going to Amazon after that, too. So that's always great to hear. What are the typical skills that a new owner would need in order to be successful with this business, just from your standpoint?
The new owner, it would be certainly very helpful if the new owner is entrepreneurial. Any kind of entrepreneurial skills are extremely valuable. I think the biggest skill that can help is just having a good judgment, a very good, judgment on how to lead a business at a high level. Someone who had experience in leadership position before, some owner who has led a team before, I think those owners would be very comfortable.
Yeah, that's a really good mention there as well. Having those skills already under their belt could ultimately help them into scaling the business as well too. So that's a really great mention. Now, hypothetically speaking, Mohammed, if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways that you would personally try and grow it?
What I would do is the cash that we are getting out of our current products, I would plow it back into similar products in similar categories, which are niche. And just, slowly keep expanding the profits and the return come in. It's about patience, but if you just keep investing in the current products, because you also have to maintain stock and you have to increase stock, and then you keep adding similar products in similar categories, I think that would be the best way to go.
Yeah, and already having the data there for the buyer as well too, to understand what best-selling products are and which direction that your core audience is also interested in is also great value as well too. Now, on the flip side of that, what would you say are maybe some of the potential risks associated with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
Yeah, I think, as it is with all businesses is, one of the things is what is your greatest strength is also your greatest weakness. So our business is predominantly online. And, for the most part, online businesses have blitz growth, extremely fast scalability. But, you certainly have your eggs in one basket to a certain extent. So, Amazon, if you are dependent on Amazon, you are liable if Amazon does something with your account. So in a way, you are dependent a little bit on Amazon. So that I think is probably, one of the biggest things that an owner can face.
Absolutely. And that's across the board for all Amazon FBA businesses is you're ultimately at the mercy of Amazon. They decide to flag your account for whatever reason, but that's common across all FBA businesses. So just some final housekeeping questions for you here, Mohammed. How much support are you willing to offer potential buyers? Are you going with the typical 30 days of email and call support, or did you have something in addition that you would like to add on to that?
I am more than available. I'm not going to limit myself just to 30 days. I have put, my blood, sweat, and tears into this business for many years, and I know everything in the back of my hand. So it would actually be very fulfilling for me to really help out someone, especially, if they have some very specific kind of issues, because I'm sure I already know about those things. So I know this very well. I'm more than available anytime, the buyer needs anything.
It's always great to hear that you're willing to go above and beyond in the support. And I'm sure all of our buyers that are listening to this call can also see the value in that as well, too. And you wanting to see the business continue on and succeed. So that's always great to hear. Now, are you willing to commit to a non-compete, meaning once this deal has been finished, you'll stay out of this specific niche moving forward?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then are you also open to negotiating something like an earnout?
Yeah, potentially. It depends on the deal, right? First of all, if we have something solid on the table, based on the overall structure of the deal, we could look into that.
Okay, that's great to hear. Now, just a few last questions for you. So putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think that your business is worth buying?
Our business has just an exceptional track record. And I'm not saying it because of my business, but every now and then I open our buyer side of the business. And today I was looking at our feedback, which you can see on Amazon for any seller. We have tens of thousands of feedback, but the negative feedback was 0%. It wasn't even like 0.1% or 1%. I'm saying 0% negative feedback. Now, that's very rare when you have encountered tens and thousands of people. And the reason for that is exceptional product quality, exceptional customer support, exceptional brand loyalty. So all these factors, come together, and I think they present very strong value. And if any buyer would look at our products, it's just extremely high ratings and very good prices and a niche which is still untapped. Because, these days everyone has money because of private equity injections, so many venture capital companies. So there is no shortage of money in the US market. However, some of our products are still untouched by competition, which is so rare. So all these factors, really make this business a very good cash cow for anyone who wants to, come into this market.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been working at Empire Flippers for over 2 years now, and it's always great to see someone that puts as much effort into the value of the products and also making sure that you're building quality products as well come onto our marketplace. And it's always great to see that. Was there anything else that you'd like to share, Muhammad, that I might have missed during this call?
I am more than available. If anyone has any, specific questions, they can always reach Empire Flippers, and I am available through them for any answers. We are looking to sell the business soon. So any serious buyers who are, willing to commit, I am more than happy to answer any questions, walk them through the business. Again, I'll say, this is a very good opportunity, very good price. So yeah, I'm looking forward to some people who are serious buyers and who would like to contact us.
Yeah, that's always great to hear as well, too. And well, with that said, I guess this is the perfect place to wrap up here. So Mohammed, thank you again for sharing your story and joining us on today's episode. And I do hope that your business is purchased in the near future and by the right buyer.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you taking out the time, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you as well. And all right, everyone, thanks for listening. To learn more and to see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 56827. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.